Please say hello to Shia Labeouf.
My self-esteem was garbage. That's why I was drinking so heavy.
I still can't believe that I'm here.
I want to thank my therapist and my sponsor for saving my life.
For a long time, he had taken a lot of shit from this industry. Here he was, sort of on top of the world.
Guys, I just thought of the funniest thing.
1986, Los Angeles. Shia Labeouf was born into poverty, the son of two hippies.
And my pops is a hippie, so he's wearing these really short turquoise shorts like a hippie would wear. She's a hippie, she's off doing her thing. We had a thing called the Snow Cone Family Circus. So we would go to Echo Park, and I was very young, 3 years old. We'd all dress up in clown costume, the whole family. You know, me, mom, pops, and we'd all be in clown costumes selling hot dogs. That was our shtick.
Shia had a very twisted relationship with his father.
Empathy for my father, you know, who was always the biggest villain in my life. I used to take showers with my dad when I was quite young, you know. He used to put his dick in his hand and be like, I'm French.
Growing up poor in a bad neighborhood, all Shia cared about was getting out.
Your mama's so old, her memory in black and white.
So you went home, you memorized all them Yo Mama jokes, and you had to have snaps, you had to break dance, you had to be able to freestyle, or you're getting beaten up every day. It was a survival thing.
And stand-up comedy is something you started at, what was I, age 12?
Acting was just a hustle, to get out. You know, it was like the only thing available to us.
Let your mouth get you into something your ass can't handle.
DiCaprio was happening, and we were all like, man, wow, this guy done did it, you know, he really made it. And he was a kid from around our neighborhood.
Mom, please, why are you so worried about this? Do I even ask you for money?
And I was the only white kid really in my neighborhood, because everybody else was pretty Mexican. So I used to shave the back of my head, and I had bangs, and I used to comb my bangs back and wear brown corduroys and big white t-shirts, and I tried to be like a Mexican.
Well, you're asking why I went into show business?
Yes.
Because I was broke. I knew nothing about craft. There was no passion in the performance or anything like that. It was just...
Shia started landing some small acting gigs as a kid.
I got the yellow pages. We didn't have a computer or anything. We had yellow pages, and there was just looked for agent.
You have never had a formal acting lesson?
Not really. And then after that subsided, I called the agent. He gave me the number, and I called, and I said, I'm the biggest thing in England, and you know, I'm this big manager, and I got this kid in England, and he'd love to be an actor, and can you meet him? And she knew it was a kid, because I was 10. No, just sort of jumped in, and everything started working, and I booked my first 3 auditions, and it just stumbled and happened.
Now, if you fall, be careful to cover your head so you don't break your neck, okay? I wanted to help my mom, I didn't know how. Ernie just wants to hang out along with Ren.
At just 13 years old, Shia landed his breakout role in the hit Disney show Even Stevens.
I read somewhere for the Even Stevens, at the audition, you scare the other actors who are waiting to audition by telling, got it wrapped up, it's mine.
He eventually started landing bigger roles.
I did a movie called Holes when I was real young.
That's one of the movies you play Stanley, a young boy falsely arrested for stealing.
You thirsty, Stanley?
Yes, Mr. Sir.
So what'd they get you for?
Stealing a pair of shoes.
From the store? Or they still on someone's face?
The success he got kept growing and growing and got further into mainstream media.
Oh, man, where you been at?
Just away, Father.
Oh, yeah, away? Like vacation and stuff? That's real nice. I'm losing my mind. Just give me any information, anything at all. What's going on out there?
Then he got the role that would change his life.
Shia Labeouf, yes?
Transformers was my childhood.
I'm going to end your hunger once and for all.
What I like about Shia is he's the everyday dude, but he's great at improv, and he's got a great comic wit.
I just didn't recognize you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's understandable. You know, I just got back from fat camp. I lost 80 pounds.
As he had landed his big break, Shia then went mainstream and landed countless big roles.
All I do is watch Indiana Jones. You know, that's all I do with my time. Is I just sit around and watch the movies back to back to back to back to back to back. And you know, my first scene was me and Harrison on a bike in Connecticut.
You're going too fast.
It's a matter of opinion.
Name's Mutt. Mutt Williams.
Mutt?
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
In the much anticipated sequel to Wall Street called Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, please say hello to Shia Labeouf.
That's a secret I can't really share with you right now. Not to be secretive, but I could probably get you in there for a peek. Maybe next week on your way back to Beijing from D.C.
You must be excited to be in this big movie and to be a billionaire as well.
Well, that is always exciting, sure.
He is one of Hollywood's hottest young actors, although he'll blush when I say that. Headlining the Transformers movie trilogy and now channeling his inner rebel as an American gangster in his newest film, Lawless.
Rise, you motherfucker! Where are you? Where are you? Just rise, you bastard! Watch out! You looking for me, son?
where do you think I'd be able to wear something like that?
I'll take you somewhere you can wear something like that every day.
Shia had reached an all-time high in his career with multiple high-grossing movies and an established A-list name. This would all take a big turn.
And I remember getting arrested.
Yeah. And Shia Labeouf taken out of a Broadway theater in handcuffs.
In police custody in Manhattan.
One night, Shia Labeouf gets arrested at the show.
I was thinking he was working on a role because it was that extreme. If we didn't know who he was, we would assume he was a bum.
We've all done things where we've been out of it and messed up.
He also wore a bag over his head, a paper bag over his head that said something like, "I'm not famous anymore."
Yo, you really got these cuffs on me heavy, bro. I'll fix it. I have rights, I'm an American.
After a collection of scandals and controversies, Shia found himself at rehab.
Are you a happy guy, Shia?
I got arrested in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, for getting in a fight with a cop.
Yeah, I was in a mental institution.
Oh, man. Yeah, and then, I was asking him questions like,
And they told me I had PTSD.
He was a black police officer. I was like, that's like being a Jewish Gestapo, You're going to hell for that.
They said the only way out is through. We got a solution for you.
That wound up going all over TMZ and really put me in a situation.
Really,
and they were throwing dirt on me.
I started feeling really low. I had just lost my platform to express myself. None of y'all were really messing with me. I was quite nuclear at the time.
Damn. So then I went to rehab, wrote the script about my dad, and then came out.
Shia Labeouf, everybody, go see it. It's called Honey Boy. It opens the theaters Friday. We'll be right back. And it makes me wonder how your dad felt about you playing him.
If you could hit your boss once, that you could hit him twice. My dad's a pretty off-color character. He wasn't like too enthused about me playing him,
Because we're on a team, and I know you got what it takes. You're a fucking star, and I know it. That's why I'm here. I'm your cheerleader, honey boy.
Shia had finally made a comeback from a very low point of his life and received great criticism from Honey Boy, only to get dragged right back down to the bottom.
This morning, we are hearing from British singer-songwriter FKA Twigs in her first TV interview since filing a civil lawsuit in December against actor and former boyfriend Shia Labeouf.
Former girlfriend is suing Labeouf, accusing him of being emotionally and physically abusive.
He would often just start having an argument with me in the middle of the night, start accusing me of doing all sorts of things, planning to leave him in my head. He'd wake me up and tell me I was disgusting, that I was vile.
Shia later admitted to the abuse and only focused on becoming a better person.
I was so competitive. My acting wasn't collaborative. It was competitive. It was a sport. And my life was this way. And this is what created the insecurity and the jealousy that put hands on this woman. I hurt that woman.
It's not one thing, it's loads of tiny little things that get sewn together into a nightmare.
Bottom isn't when you experience the worst moment of your life. Definitely. Bottom is when you change. I don't know anything about silence. I don't know anything about quiet. I don't know anything about it. I got a cell phone in my phone that will give me everything my ego needs. It's buzzing all the time. I got all this. Now here's a man who I done vilified on a grand scale. I put all this shit in the street. Come from this wayward upbringing, and my dad is the reason I'm such a fuck up. He's a biker and a wild man and a criminal and a da-da-da and abusive and I wrote this narrative, which was just fucking nonsense.